What's up guys, Robert Up to Bodies. Now, are you wasting your money on supplements? I've been down that road, I've bought hundreds of different supplements thinking I need them. I've seen bodybuilders in magazines, they look great, they're ripped, they're big, it's a nice fancy label and it does draw you in. I get that appeal, okay? So the first message is not to be drawn in. Think that bodybuilder most likely is probably taking steroids along with this supplement. Whether they're taking that supplement or not, they get paid to say they are. So just don't be naive for a start thinking that's going to help you. Okay, so that's from a performance point of view, or you might be taking something from a health point of view. And I'm going to try and summarise it the best I can to save you money, save your health, and save expensive urine, as you'll see in a minute. So it could be multivitamins, creatine, branched chain amino acids, glutamine, carb powders, maltodextrin, vitamin C, vitamin D, calcium, magnesium, blah blah blah, omega-3, omega-6, the list goes on. Okay, you've been into Holland and Barrett, things along those nature, and the shop's just full. It's like, where do you stop? Do I have to buy them all? Do I need them all? And I'm here to make it as simple as possible for you. And the main number one message is you don't need anything. Okay, it's not marketable, so there's not that many people coming out and saying like, don't take supplements, because I don't get paid to say that. So you don't hear a lot of it. Obviously you see all these athletes taking things, they're taking these recovery shakes, they're taking shakes before training, during training, after training, and it's not necessarily, and you just waste a lot of money. So let's try and summarise it. So first of all, yeah, you're probably wasting money. Let's start with multivitamins. So you might be taking that from a health point of view. I've been down that road, but when you look into it, a lot of so you're ingesting multivitamins tablets, a lot of them don't even end up in your bloodstream, so they don't even get past the digestive system to get into bloodstream. So basically you're creating expensive urine, you're flushing it out, and that's not the way the body's supposed to work. It's supposed to get it from foods which get broken down, and then they can be made, and your body also naturally produces antioxidants, which you might be thinking you're getting from some sort of supplement. Glutathione is the most powerful antioxidant in the body. So if you're on a high protein and fat diet, that 50% of cells are protein, 50% fat. So if you're eating the right foods, your body can make all these antioxidants itself. Also, if you're on a low carb diet, you get less free radical production, which means you need less antioxidants. So low carb changes the game. So you need less of things. For example, you need less vitamin C and D. So vitamin C and glucose compete for the same receptors in the body, so sugar. So if you're dropping sugar, you're not taking anything in, your vitamin C requirement also lowers. So your body's able to absorb more from your food. As I've said before, meat, it contains all the necessary right balance, vitamins and minerals, etc. in the right content, the right balance. You don't need to add extra things in. Your body's very smart. That's how we evolved. Okay, all meat diet. I've been doing it for a while. I've seen hundreds of people doing it. Anecdotally, you see they haven't got scurvy, okay, a lack of vitamin C. Why is that if they're not getting it? So meat's got enough, and it's because the carb has reduced, so the requirement's reduced. Same with vitamin D. Fructose, something happens in the liver where it's very complicated, but basically they both compete for the same enzyme. So if you reduce your fructose consumption, which is people get it from sugar, fruits, etc., then your vitamin D requirement lowers. You're having a high fat diet and you get enough sunlight, cholesterol in your skin absorbs the sunlight, creates vitamin D from it. So you see how protein and fat high, lowering carbs, your vitamin requirements, it just goes all positive towards the vitamin side of it. You don't need to ingest them. So expensive urine, go back to my other videos about the good starting point from the right diet, and your requirements lower, if that makes sense, okay? Drop your sugar, and your vitamin requirement drops as well. You don't need to start taking excessive amounts of exogenous, taking them in yourself. And it's shown in the studies that it's a very poor absorption. You're not actually getting what it says on the tub, okay? You better get it from your food, let your body produce its own antioxidants. So that's your multivitamin. What else do people usually take? So from a performance point of view, glutamine, branched chain amino acids. Again, if you're eating enough protein, that contains everything you need, okay? You don't need to take them. I used to take them while I train, in the middle of my training, before training, after training, before bed. If you're eating enough protein, then you're fine, okay? You don't need to take these extra branched chains, and you might not even be absorbing what you think you're getting. A lot of stuff isn't absorbed. It's better in its natural form, okay? Same with glutamine. It's all contained in the right amounts. You don't need to take extra if you're eating the right foods. Heavily recommend meat. Okay. Carb powders might be dextrose, maltodextrin, pure glucose, etc. Your body makes its own glucose. Okay, that is a be all of end all. Gluconeogenesis is made. Your body makes it from body fat. Body fat contains triglycerides. That's what the stored energy is. It gets released. The glycerol part gets made into glucose. Your body can monitor its own blood glucose levels better than we can. Okay, so you don't need to reach for that snack or that quick chocolate bar or a biscuit if you feel like you're getting a low energy. That is a sign that you've got lows and highs and it's all swinging all over the place. Okay, your body's much better at keeping homeostasis, keeping it level at all times on its own. So you don't need to take in carb powders is the message. Okay, it's expensive. Let your body make its own and you'll be leaner because it gets it from body fat. So let it use your body fat and it'll start to produce its own. Okay, so you eat enough protein, your body can make its own carbohydrates. There's no such thing as an essential carbohydrate, just protein and fats. Okay, so if you're on the right diet, can you see how it all falls into place? If you're on a high carb diet, then it just goes all out of whack. Protein shakes, everyone's had protein shakes. I've had so many different makes. Everyone asks me what's the best one, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so my answer with protein shakes is, first of all, if you're not able to eat enough, people just sometimes can't stomach enough food and they might be trying to pack on muscle, then it's probably not a bad idea. Okay, protein shakes for convenience. There's nothing special, it's not a steroid, it's just, I just see it as if instead of eating like a chicken breast, you're having a protein shake instead, okay? Some people might struggle with absorption, they might have some sort of lactose intolerance, or the casein part or the whey part of the protein might affect the guts, they might have some sort of skin reaction. So as long as you don't have any reaction and you feel good off them, they don't make you feel horrible, then use it for convenience if you're struggling to eat. That's probably the only supplement that I'd say, yeah, okay, you can make use of that. So only for convenience, but then the point two of that is, every cell in the body, which I said, is 50% protein, 50% fat. So if you're just taking a protein shake, because everything's protein for the muscles, but muscle cells are 50% protein as well, 50% fat. So you're missing half of your progress if you're just taking protein. So you might have a little bit of butter with it. You might have some nuts, depending what sort of specific diet you're on. But if you're on what I recommend, protein and fat, just overall, then you need to get the fat in as well. So don't just chug down protein shakes thinking you're getting enough. You're missing half of that muscle cell requirement. So get some sort of fat, some animal fat. It might just be a teaspoon of butter with it, okay? Something like that. And then you're going to benefit as well. So don't just go on protein shakes. Let's talk about creatine. I've done videos on creatine before. If you see a performance benefit from it, then go for it. As I've looked into the research more, that is, again, if you eat enough protein, your body's available. It's made out of amino acids. It's made out of amino acids from protein. So if you're eating enough protein, your creatine stores are probably going to be topping themselves up on their own. Your body's able to just keep it going, the creatine phosphate system. So I recommend, if you're taking it, come off it for a month, see how your performance goes. If you don't notice a change, you don't notice a drop or anything, your body's producing enough creatine itself. Okay, if you do notice a change, give it a couple of weeks at least, and then it might be something you might want to try a supplement with. But I've done it myself, and I completely forgot about it. I don't notice a change when I've come off creatine. So again, it's something your body can make. So it's not easy to sell because I'm not selling anything. That's the hardest part. But the be all of end all is your body's really good at making its own. It's making its own amino acids. If you're eating the right foods, it's making its own antioxidants. The vitamin requirement's lower if you're not eating carbohydrates. It can make its own creatine, it can make its own carbohydrates. So you see how all of a sudden you don't have to take these things. Oh, that's out, if you're eating the right foods, okay? Any questions on this, anything specific you're taking, and you want some advice, then drop me a message. Please like and share the video. Optimal Bodies, signing out.